we were to come together and that these gatherings would begin. Now, they've given me information, and that again starts to step into what I believe has to do with the indigenous people of the earth because of what these beings told me. And they said that in the, quote, end times, that there would be many changes that would take place. So they're on many different levels. They're not just one. And it's not simple to describe these things. I was told that one of them would be on a spiritual level. Changes would begin to take place. On a physical level, changes would begin. And also on an earth basis, for the earth itself, that changes would happen. So all of these things were sort of being correlated and being written by humanity itself in the path that we are to take. For example, that there were the possibility that war would break out, for example. This is something that really disturbs me. It scares me. It upsets me. And even as I say this, I could cry. Because, and I might just cry. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead. Because if anyone were to have lived the life that I have for the past 20 years, to have had the experience after experience after experience, confirmation after confirmation after confirmation of all of these things, they too would not hesitate in anything to help in whatever way they could to stop this process. Because we have a responsibility. As human beings, I was told that we have a responsibility to do what we can to save this earth. We're not the saviors of the earth. We're supposed to be the caretakers of the earth. We're here to be the stewards of this land. That is part of why we are here, to be able to experience one another and the earth itself. But the way that we are living our lives based in things like greed as being the primary focus for most people, we've forgotten about why it is that we're supposed to be here to begin with. And that is the beauty of each other and of this land. And one of the things that I always ask people, every single person, and I say to them, you really need to ask yourself this question. Are you happy? It's a very simple question. The answer is what gets very complicated. Because as it was explained to me by these beings, humanity was on a path, a collision course. And if we didn't change it, this was going to be the end result. Destruction. In whatever form. Whether it was going to be a meteor hitting the earth, or whether it was going to be war breaking out, or whether it was going to be famine, or there was going to be earth changes that took place, any of these things, that man had the ability to change this timeline of what it was that was going to be coming. Now, people have said to me, well, you're trying to, create a prophecy, or you're talking about prophecy. But here's the thing. For anyone out there that understands even remotely the smallest amount of this is easy to understand what it is that's happened here. We've been given a gift, a very special gift, and that is the gift of seeing beyond where we currently are. Now, if we stay on the same path, they've said this is going to be the end result. But the gift is, if we can change the course that we have been on, then all of these things will be averted. And they will not happen. So this is the reason for the book. This is the reason that I've come forward. Because I don't want to be talking to you. I really don't. I wish I could put on mask and not be here. But I am, because in my heart, in my mind, in my entire being, I know that we are on a path that is frightening. And some people get scared I'm not scared. These tears are not fear. These tears are very much sadness, because I have seen the future through them with their assistance. So I hope that we will be able to come together as humanity to change that. And I believe that we still can. I don't think that it's possible at this point in time to stop everything. I think that we have come to a time where it has become apparent, and is becoming more apparent every day, that we are on a collision course in many different areas. Our food supplies have, in the course of the last year, become scarce in certain areas in the world. Things like rice, mad cow disease, the avian flu, the list goes on. These things are all becoming apparent to everyone in the world. Fuel, the cost of fuel, gas prices affecting everyone in the world. But all of these things can be changed very easily. And that is how we are going to change the earth, with helping one another.
Okay, so you have a mission, and you're on your mission, and here we are. This is October, actually not October, this is September of 2008,
Yes.
right? And it's a beautiful world outside my door today. However, there are a lot of things going on right now as we speak. The American economy is going in the tank. There is possible war with Iran, right? You know, behind our backs could be happening, could be gearing up. And there are other things as well. So how is this impacting your sense of what you're doing, what your set, you know, sort of your set mission, and what the next milestones are, if you will, that you're planning to get to?
That's, considering that this is 2008, it's a very interesting question for me, because it has been, I don't even know how many years, and I don't even know if it relates back to 1988, but at some point in this course of my life, in the last 20 years, 2008 has been a year that has stuck with me, because I have known for years that between August of 2008 and November 2008, that there would be major changes on the earth. And what I mean is, I'm not talking about changes of the earth itself, but of the people, and maybe in some form it would have something to do with the United States. Now, I made this very public statement in January of this year. I said that these things were coming, and that they would involve the United States, and what the United States did and what happened here would affect the entire world forever. So, considering that the American economy is doing as it is, and the price of oil that does have to do with the United States in part, we are at the beginning of a flow that is not going to be easily rectified, if at all. So what people need to understand is that these things were told to me years and years and years ago. And so what I'm saying is 2008, there's going to be economic repercussions across the earth that are never going to be fully recovered. So that's the first change. I've also seen that there are the possibilities of changes taking place on a global scale, of things that are more geared towards the political structure of the earth in the next probably 4 to 6 months, that there were going to be some changes that were going to be taking place around this time. So that finishes off 2008. It's like a precursor to what's to come. Now, the other year that I'm concerned with, and I've had great concern over since 1988, is not 2012, as people have often asked me. 2012 to myself, in the knowledge that I've been given by these beings, is not a specific date for me to be even thinking about. However, the year 2010 is. So what is coming in 2010? I'm often asked this.